Good day, you beautiful people. Welcome to LAZADA's Tech, where we do tech in your life in style. So this is my new favorite thing. Look at that. Friends, in this video, we're looking at the Insta360 Link, which is basically what you would get if you married a gimbal and a webcam. It's been my favorite thing to do calls with. And as you're seeing right now, I'm shooting my actual A-roll on this webcam because it can do 4K video. And it follows me around. But yeah, in this video, I'm gonna run you through what this thing can do and what my favorite features are. And pretty much at the end of it, we'll also see if this is good enough to shoot your videos with, because we're testing as we go. Like I said, we're shooting with this webcam, so what you're probably seeing at home right now is the end product. We multitask, people. Anyway, yeah, let's take a closer look at this camera. Now, isn't this a trip? So let's take a closer look at this camera. Let me get this off. This is the whole camera. So basically we have the camera in front here and you have the gimbal thing, and this moves up and down and side to side. So then there's this indicator light that changes colors or blinks whenever you give it commands. That's personally, I feel like, is very convenient because you at least know that the camera is recognizing what command you're giving it. And so for example, if I do this, that turns on or off the follow option. So right now, even if I move the camera follows my face because there's AI tracking. If I do this, it turns off. So as you can see, that light changes. You just tap here and it follows. And then on the back, you have a USB-C plug that powers it. So this cord goes into your computer. Underneath, there's a screw for tripod, stuff like this. And you can basically clip this onto your computer with this. And you see how I just tapped that and it just like went straight on. But yeah, anyway, point is, it's such a tiny little thing. But I mean, make no mistake, it is tiny, but it does a lot. So would you believe that this tiny thing has a 1/2-inch sensor? I mean, that's pretty cool, right? It can shoot 4K, it's a little gimbal, and this even has dual noise cancelling mics built in. Now, what I showed you earlier, this little stand does not come with a box. This selfie thing is a separate accessory, but everything you need to plug in this little camera to your laptop comes with it. And yeah, setup is easy. I basically just plugged it in and downloaded that app. So the Insta360 Flow uses AI tracking. And I mean, you saw me do that earlier. So what's pretty cool is that there are gestures to control this camera. So that means that even if I am far away from the camera, I can tell it what to do. So for example, if you do your palm up, that means you're turning on or off the AI tracking. So right now, it's not tracking me. As you can see, I can exit frame freely. But if I do it again, it turns on the tracking, and as long as it sees where my face is it basically follows me around. Then another cool trick that I love doing is when you give it an L. That's how you zoom in with tracking. And then if you do that L again, wait for the light to blink, bring it down, you zoom out. So you can imagine how cool this is if I'm supposedly showing something to people on a call, or if I'm just like wanting to shoot a roll where I don't want to be bothered with different camera angles. I just need to do the gestures. And the Insta360 Link does all the camera work for me. I love. Let's test out that facial tracking as well. So if I cover my face, it sort of still recognizes where I am. I don't know how this, I mean, if I completely cover my face though, wait. Oh, that's cool. So the light covered my face, but like it found me again. Oh wait, there, I lost it. I escaped it. But once I get in the frame and it finds my face again, we're back. So I can be like, Good day, you beautiful people. And then change to welcome to my studio. I now have a whole clip that moves stuff around without you having to tinker with the camera. Good day, you beautiful people. Welcome to my studio. So of course, this camera is connected via the Insta360 Link controller app, and that's what you're seeing right now. At the bottom here, you have your preview toggle on or off. And by the way, when you're not using this camera, it does sort of sleep, so the camera like goes down like that. That's just a really cool privacy feature that they put in. You have your different resolutions here. Again, this thing can do 4K. So here you have your different modes at the bottom. You have your tracking, which is what we've been doing, one of my favorite features with this webcam. And then you have the whiteboard mode, which is pretty cool because basically this is for when you're standing in front of a whiteboard, you're, let's say, lecturing. The camera can actually like recognize that whiteboard and it can enhance whatever is on that whiteboard. So yeah, as you can see, it says failed to enter whiteboard mode because we have no whiteboard, and it's getting confused because I turned it on. So let's not turn it on. If I turn on the overhead mode, it looks down because it's basically a mode that allows you to do an overhead shot, but you have to get a specific mount that lets you angle the camera a certain way. We also do have a desk view mode, which is better suited, I think, for my setup right now. As you can see, it did like look down a little bit. So for example, I wanna like show you what's happening on my desk. It would be perfect to use this gimbal. You don't have to move any more cameras. You have a perfect view. Here you have your screenshot, you have your record, and then you have your gimbal controls here. You can put in preset positions as well, so that's a great thing, especially if you've already fixed up your area and you don't want to keep on moving your camera. Preset positions a lifesaver. You have your image settings, so you can also tweak this, and you can also use these as presets. Just a nice little thing that helps people who shoot to make their work more efficient. And then under more settings, you have your gestures. So palm auto tracking is basically when you do this, and as you can see, it did recognize it. Right now it's auto tracking me. That means we've turned it off and it doesn't track me. You have zoom, so I've been doing this for the whole video. Zoom in is like do the L but like move it upwards. Zoom out is do the L but like bring it down. You also have the whiteboard mode, and you just need to do a peace sign, but like I mentioned earlier, we do not have a whiteboard, so we're not going to be doing that. And then you have stuff like your tracking feed, you have AI zoom options, autofocus, and then this is pretty interesting. You have streamer mode. If I want to stream on Twitch or at other platforms, you can use this, and it does have a 9:16 orientation, but it says here that 50 or 60 FPS must be activated from the software. So let me show you how useful this is, because not only can you use it as a webcam or an aerial camera or an overhead camera, you can even use this to shoot vertical videos, which is a great thing, especially if you're streaming, like for example on Instagram, or for example on TikTok, or even if you're shooting like vertical videos for mobile. This is the way to go. That, friends, was our look at the Insta360 Link. Obviously not your typical webcam. I personally love it. I love all the stuff it can do. At the end of the day, this is not just a tool that you'll be using for calls. It's something that's very versatile that you can even use for shooting your content, especially if you're like me who shoots a lot of her stuff alone. It's a great big help. All details that I have on pricing, availability, or where you can get the Insta360 Link, I'll link in the description box below. That's it for today. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to see how I use my tech on a daily basis, find me online at LAZADA _ on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Till next time.